Welcome to Jersey Shore Vintage Motor. Today we're going to be working on a 1958 Johnson CD-15 5.5 horsepower. This is the hood. We took it all apart already. Took all the clips off. Best way to do these motors is take it apart if you want to have showroom condition motor, museum quality, however you want to call it. So we already stripped the motor down, sanded it all down, primed it, gave it 2 coats of primer. We pre-sanded it already. Now we're basically just looking for any divots, little marks, cleaning up all the corners here. You want to make sure these corners are nice and sharp. We use 320 grit sandpaper. I think this one says it on it. Right there, 320 grit. So basically, after your primer and you start sanding everything down smooth, you'll see whatever scratches you left from your 150 sandpaper when you originally sand it. Now you're gonna see things that looks like orange skin when you spray. You want to try to get most of that out, and basically where you see it the most, that I see on people's motors, is right along the edge here, because everybody, when they sand, they go this way and they sand up and down, up and down, up and down, and they press on it so hard that they actually leave indentions from their fingers, like waves or whatever you want to call it. The right way to do it is, once you're primed and everything is done, you want to take your 320 sandpaper and go very lightly. Right there we have a few little orange spots. You could see the shininess if you blow it up, the video. You'll see these little shiny spots. Those are little low points. It's like an orange peel. So you want to get that out. And don't put no pressure on it. Just go very lightly. The sandpaper will do its work. You could use 220 if you want. I like 320 only for the fact it's a thinner grit. The scratches are very fine and you won't see it in the paint, especially on the red. This is a holiday bronze red, and believe it or not, the 56, 57, and 58 holiday bronzes, they were all the same name, called holiday bronze, but they're different colors. The 58, this holiday bronze here is more of a metallic. It's like a metallic paint, and it has a little bit of metallic in it. And the 56 is actually a dark color, very dark, I would say. It's actually on this motor here. This is off of the 56 3 horsepower, and this red here is totally different than this red here. Don't ask me why, but that's just how Johnson did it. And with a wet rag, you just want to go over with a wet rag, look at it on different angles. You'll see if you have any little imperfections on it. If you want this to be showroom quality, you really got to take your time, go over the whole motor, wet it all down. A lot of people, they never take their clips off. There's always dents and marks right behind the clip from the clip always slamming against the hood. A lot of people, they never take that out. Mine, flawless. This is what you want this to be. You want this to be flawless. You don't want to touch this with paint until you know for sure that everything is smooth and there is no marks, no imperfections, no sandpaper marks, because believe me, that will show up in the paint. This is white, so, and this piece here is white. The reason why I don't like doing the hoods together is it's not the proper way. This is the proper way, because the inside would be all sprayed red after the white is done. So basically what I do is I do the white, I tape it off here, and I make sure this edge is all painted white. Make sure this edge is painted white. This edge is painted white. This edge is painted white. This edge from this corner all the way around, all this has to be red. Right up to here. Red, right up to here. Then from here to this spot here, this spot you want red too. So when you open your motor, it looks uniform and it doesn't look maybe all red or maybe all white. Who knows? Because a lot of people, they just put the tape here and they spray inside all red. So when you open it, your hood is all red here. That's not professional looking or museum quality, I would say. These edges, these things here, try to sand them. Try to get that contour back. Sand over here, get these contours back. You want them back. I'm gonna have to put some spot putty in there because I'm not gonna sand down the aluminum and to try to get that divot out. That's too deep, and I got a nice round curve here going on, so it's not slammed down with all these gouges that were put into it. The primer that I use on it, it's a filler primer, sandable filler primer. That's your best bet to use. Very easy to sand, very durable. After it's sanded down and you leave it, it turns pretty hard. These grooves here, I have a very soft wire brush basically, and I use it on here just so this way I could get all these corners in here cleaned out and make it look nice and sharp. You want everything in here to be sharp, all nice crisp. Make sure you do that. All these lines here, get in there, get that all cleaned up nice, because that will show up in the paint. And plus your lines are going to be here. Well, not there, your line's going to be here, coming down. Your red is going to be on this edge here, and your white is going to be at the bottom. You're not going to go 50-50. The white has to be totally at the bottom. This side has to be red. Remember that. Same thing with this. This line got to go nice. That's why you got to clean up this line very good. Take your sandpaper. Get in these lines. You don't have to press hard, just press soft. You'll get it. You'll get it. Just go around. It takes time, but it's well worth it. Get in there deep. A lot of people I see online, what they do with their motors, I blow the picture up and I look at their work, and basically when you look at the hood is, and I blow up the picture, I could see in the hood the orange. It looks like an orange peel. When you look at the orange, you could see all the divots going throughout the paint. Even though it buffs out nice, it looks nice and everything, I call them basically 5-footers. So they look beautiful at 5 foot, but when you get close, you can see all the imperfections in it. This hood here is actually one of my hoods from my motor that is going to be raffled off. I raffle off motors once they're done. All the motors are in flawless condition. They are basically made for collectors, and people at the Jersey Shore, for some reason, the last 2 years had bought motors off of me because they wanted them in their boathouses as a conversation piece, or talking points for him and their buddies. Some of them are quite old, and it reminds them of the older days. So I'm more than happy to do the motors for them. I have people that send me their hoods to be done, and very happy customers. One customer, actually, I did basically four hoods for him over the, I would say, in the course of 2 years. And he actually bought 3 motors from me when he came to my shop here. This guy lives in New York City, and I heard that he's part of one of them yacht clubs out there, and he owns a restaurant, and I believe he's putting these motors in his restaurant. I'm not sure, but he's right on the water, if that's the same guy. Yeah, so this is my passion. I love doing this. I've been doing it for about 50 years now, and I slowed up a couple of years back, and I was gonna get out of it. I'm getting old. You know, who wants to do this their whole life? But I got back into it because this year I got very lucky. I bought out one Johnson Everroot company that was in business from the 1940s, and the son took over the business and changed it around and built a new shop. And the barn in the back, or the old boat shop, his father kept with these old motors in it, and he would just hang out there, I guess, to remind him of old times or whatever. But I wound up buying the collection. There was 24 motors there, 26 motors, I forget, and a bunch of miscellaneous parts. And then I bought another collection. Well, actually, the guy was giving it to me, but there was a total of 14 motors there, and the guy told me to take them, and I told him no, and I gave him $400 for them, mostly Everroots, and they've been sitting there forever. They were disgusting. They had freaking dirt on them like you wouldn't believe. But it's okay. I hosed them off and I put them in the back barn for now. And those motors I'll probably work on this spring. I have a few motors that I'm painting for customers that I got to get done. And basically they're in the paint shop right now, drying. And I'll get them out. And I'll probably get this hood in there, which I'm going to stop for now because I got 2 more hoods that came in that I got to finish. So I'm just going to get this ready for paint, prime it up one more time, and just put it to the side and call it the day with these. But thank you for watching, and this is how you're going to turn your vintage outboard hood into a museum quality hood. Till next time.